Almost didn't get to stream tonight. I was getting super late, but we are gonna get this sorted. All right. We have a tripod tonight. We're gonna see how it does. It's an older tripod that I had. We're gonna try it out. It's got some wear on it. All right. I'm getting real up close and personal with y'all because we're on the tripod right now. So y'all are going to have to bear with me for a couple of seconds. All right. We got our lifting hat on. Let's go get it. So hopefully this tripod will give us a little bit more, you know, angling here. So I don't know how well it's going to do though. So because I have this problem where I break tripods on a pretty routine basis. So, but already I'm liking the tripod better. So already I'm liking the tripod better. Because I can get the better angle on the actual camera itself. So we are feeling pretty good today, by the way, guys. We are feeling pretty good today. So, let me make sure I get all my angling right. Since I've got the tripod out, I might as well make sure it's as pretty as possible, right? Let me try not to break what I've already got set up here, guys. Welcome, welcome. All right. That is a decent angle. Look at that. All right, it's always good to have the tripod sorted. And that, all right. Almost looks like a decent stream now, right? All right. How's everybody doing? We're about to start up here. We're gonna warm up with our 135. We are feeling good today. So all the soreness is kind of settled. So, yep. Yeah, feeling good. Feeling a lot better. Whew. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. All right. First set done and done. I'm going to make some more angling adjustments here. I'm going to get y'all more center. I like that better. All right. Boom. All right, let's add some more weight. $225 on there now. How's everybody doing tonight? Ugh. I almost didn't get the chance to stream, or I won't say I only get the chance to stream. It's super late to start a stream right now, but I'm here for y'all, so I'm here for y'all. All right, so how's it going, wrestling dude? But yeah, we got started super late tonight. I had a lot going on, like I usually do. So, all right, let's get a triple. Just 3 quick 225s. Oh, feel good. How's it going? Whew. All right, 225 felt pretty easy, felt pretty light. We're gonna go ahead and add some more weight. We're gonna go 245 for the next one. Kind of want to give y'all a higher angle. Hold on. I feel like I'm cutting my head off in the picture every time I stand up, which is going to happen, but not that bad. All right, we're going to grab 225 next. Promise I'm going to get this angle down tonight. All right. but we're not used to having an actual tripod. So we've kind of been winging it on the tripod the last like 10 streams. So, but I found my old tripod. Well, someone found it and it's now here. So, all right. So let's grab this. We're gonna grab a set of, we'll do a single here and then we'll increase because this is gonna still feel pretty light. So, all right, we're still warming up. 245, we'll do it. Larson press. Make sure we get good chest activation here. Oh yeah, nice and light. Oh good. Oh good. All right, let's add some more weight. Do one more small climb, and then we'll make a bigger jump. And then we'll make a bigger jump. On shirt, what are we talking about on shirt? Oh, you mean I'm wearing a shirt? Yeah. So it just depends on the stream and what we're doing. So right now, not a big reason. There's not a lot of back work happening here. A lot of like work that you're going to be able to see a ton of muscle tone while I'm laying down. So it doesn't make sense to pop the shirt off for that yet. I usually do that once we start doing standing movements or pull-ups or dips and things along those lines, so you guys can see the muscle tone. All right, let's get it. We got 265 on the bar now. We're gonna do this for a single, and we're gonna climb it up. Don't forget to like the stream, by the way, guys. Let's get as many people in here as possible. It helps me a lot getting to that monetization level that I can start doing this a little bit more. All right. All right. 265, 265. Felt good. Nice easy pause rep. Nice easy pause rep. 265 moving. We're going to go ahead and add some more weight to it. We're going to go, let's make a big jump. Let's make a bigger jump. Appreciate it, Chris. I saw your message on the comments on the other stream. Yeah, that stream did pretty well. Whew. All right. Oh. Good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, we're about to grab 315. I don't feel sore anymore. I felt sore yesterday after Sunday's 1,000 push-up challenge, but I don't feel sore at this point, which is good. The soreness is almost completely subsided. It's a little lingering, but not much. So, all right, let's grab this 315 for a single. Yep. Yep. All right. Oh, short pause, felt good. Made that decision at the bottom. Whew. Shotgun away. I don't drink. White Claw ain't gonna do it for me. Whew. I'm not a drinker. Also not a big fan of White Claw when I was a drinker. All right. Let me grab some more weight. We're gonna add another 10 pounds. So nice. Whew. All right, so this is now, we did 315. This is gonna be 325. We're gonna give ourselves like 45 seconds, another minute maybe. get just enough rest in the tank, and then we will grab a hold of this. Everything's moving really good though. If someone walks in the door, we might go a little heavier actually. I think the heaviest we've gone on stream is like 335. So I'd like to go a little over that tonight if we can, if I can grab a spotter. But that's about the heaviest I've been comfortable without a spotter. So after 335, 340, 350, and maybe PR this week is also in the plans. So 355, 360. We'll have a spotter for those, of course. So have a spotter for anything within range of PR or over PR. So within 10 to 20 pounds of it typically. So, but this is 325 here. We're about to grab this. We just got the 315, so. All right. Total time or tonight? So total time working out, I've been working out for 4.5 years. Tonight I've been working out for about 11 minutes. So, but I've been working out for 4.5 years. I started my workouts, I was 117 pounds. Milk, that was milk. It's whole milk. I'm not sure what's being said by QQWWW. So, but yeah, 4.5 years. My first bench press PR was like 70 or 75 pounds. I don't remember it exactly, but it should be right around 75 pounds. My very first one was 4.5 years ago. And I think that was a struggle bus, I'm gonna be honest. That was also on a Smith machine. So yeah, we're gonna move this. Right now our PR is 350, but I'm gonna go ahead and grab this real quick, and then we'll move on to something else on the bench. But 350 is what we're about to grab. Lock in for this. It's a single. It's a single. So yeah, I'm here. It's me. How's it going? Welcome back. All right, 325. 325. Woo! Nice and easy 325 too. Nice and easy 325. Yes, 100% natural. Yeah, we started later tonight. So you got to get in here for the full gig. We just did 325 on the bench. There's a 5 on the end here. I don't know if you guys can see it. Hold on. Yeah. So. Ooh, felt good though. Felt good though. Whew. I bench close grip. I'm a close grip bencher. I have strong triceps, so I take advantage of my advantages. So I have strong triceps. So I usually, my grip, I'll just show you real quick. I grip like almost what would be considered a close grip bench. A lot of people like to grip out here, so they can remove some of the lift. I don't like that. I don't like that. It hyperextends the shoulder. Awesome. Glad to have you here, David. Some gym ASMR, right? We're going to do one more 315 press, and then, because there's no one here to spot me, we're going to do one more 315 press, and then we're going to drop it for some reps. So. I am 100% natural. Always been 100% natural. Always been 100% natural. I weigh 173 pounds-ish right now. 172, 173. Yeah, I'm always been natural. I'm a bit of a health nut. So I am a coach, but I make my own plans. I do make my own plans. I've never had a coach. So, all right, I'm going to grab the 315 now. We're gonna get one more of those, and then we'll drop it for some reps, guys. All right. 315 is moving like butter. I almost grabbed a second rep there, but no spotter, probably not. I would have got it, but I want to get those other reps in. So without a spotter, everything gets a little sketchier, right? So I'm pretty comfy up to about 330 without a spotter though. 335 without a spotter. So forgot to try. Right now we're benching, but we've got a full upper body in the tank tonight. So that's what we got planned for the night. I'm gonna go ahead and drop the weight down a little bit though. I kind of want to get a third one of those. I want to get a third 315. I like the number 3, and I feel bad that I didn't go for that second press, because that felt way lighter than it should have in my head. So I'm gonna get one more round at 315 till I feel good about it, and then we'll down it for a set. I weigh 172. Bench 275. We'll drop the weight down later, maybe to 275, but we're a little over that right now. This is 315 at the moment. 315 at the moment. We did 325 tonight. This will be our third rep of 315. So don't always need a spotter. It just depends on where you're comfortable. Just depends on where you're comfortable. It is generally recommended for a spotter though. I will say that safety-wise, you are not incorrect. Safety-wise, you are not incorrect. My best total, best total ever. Right now, I want to say I'm closing in. The goal right now is 1,300 pound total, which I think is doable right now. Honestly, I don't remember what my best like SPD total was. It's been. That was probably the year before last, because I had a shoulder injury, not like a bad injury, but enough that it kind of, and I caught the flu actually, it was a bigger issue. So last year was a little rougher than the year prior. So year prior, other than my deadlift increasing and my squat increasing, my bench went up to 350 from 315 over the last, 7 months, something like that. So honestly, I don't know what my best SPD total is right now. I can tell you vaguely what my total is right at the moment. 7, 8, 25. I'm probably right around like 1,200, a little over 1,200 pound total right now, maybe 1,300. So I bench 6 days a week. I bench 6 days a week. I bench heavy 6 days a week. So, yeah, we're definitely not in 144. I'm not sure what's going on. That's possibly on your end. My end seems pretty clear at the moment. Usually I'll get the issues before anybody else will. All right, let's grab this, guys. One more, 315, and then we're going to do some reps. Larson press. Larson press. I don't know why I decided to take my feet off the ground, guys, but I did. Larson press 315. Felt good. Felt good. That felt better. Yeah, 315. 315 is the new 225, guys. If you guys didn't know. That felt pretty good. That felt pretty good. That feels awesome, actually. Because it makes me do things like this. That's why. It's progression. I don't use leg drive very often. So even when my feet are on the floor, we don't add leg drive in, right? Very rarely will I push through my legs. Now, do I get more out of leg drive? I would 100% understand how it works, and it does help. But my bench PR is 350, but that's just because we don't have a spotter ever. I want to set a new bench PR, but I don't want to do it without a spotter. I'm about to try it without a spotter this week, though, if I don't get one. So, yeah, we're going to get that 405 here soon. But 350 is my PR. I'm just going to keep doing singles here, guys, because I'm actually really enjoying the 315 singles, I think. Someone make an edit of me. I'd be super down to watch an edit of me. I'd feature it on the channel even. If you guys want to throw something together, that's super cool. So we've done 3 of these now. We're gonna keep doing singles at the 315. So 280 solid work. 280 solid work. I'm always bulking. I eat 5,000 calories a day. You'll get it this year. You'll get it this year. All right, let's grab this again. Another 315. That's our 4th round of 315. I think we might do one more 315. We've done a pause, 2 standard, and a Larson. So we'll get one more 315 maybe tonight. So it depends. So powerlifters like weekly gig, right? Like powerlifters all have a slightly different routine generally. Some people have very similar routines, but it's mostly heavy lifting, shorter sets, almost universally for powerlifting. So, no more than like 8 reps for a lot of people. 5 to 8 is like generally considered a good range. Some people go as high as 10, but I tend to stick around 7, no more than 7 reps. 100%. If he's bulking, it's the best time to try those PRs. Bulking is always going to be your better PR times. So we're going to get one more of these 315s though, because it still feels really good. We're going to take advantage of the amazing feeling that we have on the bench right now. So whenever you have nights like this where everything just feels super light, you take advantage of it. So clavicle breaks are they're tough because everything you do, you have pressure in that area. Did you do it while lifting? I've only ever heard of people hurting their clavicle while lifting once, and that was during a deadlift, if I'm not mistaken. Played football. That makes sense. Football is definitely one that you'll have that happen. Training around any kind of tear is always going to be tough because there's always that mindset in the back of your head, like, what if I mess up, right? So even old tears that have healed, you always have that sinking feeling in the back of your brain, like, is this completely healed? So it's as much a physical as a mental game, training around a tear. Yep. Oh, they're finally starting to slow down. Jamal, that's very hateful. I'm not sure why you want to be that person, but hopefully you find a better outlet for your anger. Find a better outlet for your anger. You're welcome to the channel. Hopefully you'll find a way to offload that stress that's not onto other people. So I wish you the best regardless. So that still feels good. That bench still felt good. He meant crushes me with love. Is that what he meant? We're going to go curl though, guys. I think we're going to call it there on the bench for the night. We're going to go curl. So let's go curl. I do dumbbell press seldom, but I do it. So bench felt really good tonight, so I'm super happy so far. Hopefully curls will follow suit, and we'll have some solid curls tonight too. We're going to do preacher curls tonight because we did cables last night. So yeah, never accept, defeat. The moment you accept that you're gonna, stagnate or that it's never gonna be quite as good as it was is when it'll happen. You can always recover you're able to recover. You're gonna recover, you're gonna feel better. And you're gonna lift heavier than you did prior, most likely. It's just about staying the course. As long as you stay the course, you'll do well. That's the dedication that it requires, though. You've got to just know. And that's one thing about lifters, and I'm sure you understand this. As lifters, even those times when we have bad days, bad weeks, bad months, we stay the course, and eventually it gets better. The heavier lifts move, the body fat changes, whatever you're trying to do, it happens. It's just about staying the course. So, injuries happen, but as long as we know how to react to them and we train the proper way, we can get past them. I like ropes. I like ropes for triceps. So it's late. It is 1:13 in the morning right now. That's why it's so empty. But we're gonna grab a hold of this preacher curl, and we're gonna get a set of 7. We're starting at 130 for the first set. Yep. Whew. Felt good, felt good. I'll go to bed probably about 30 minutes after I end the stream. We're going to be doing some shoulder work here in a minute. After we curl, we'll get back on the free weights. We're going to do dumbbell tonight, most likely, dumbbell shoulder press. So we either do dumbbell or do barbell shoulder press. If we do barbell, it'll be seated, dumbbell will be seated. So we'll work on that for sure, though. All right, we're going to go 165 for the second set. Get another set of 7. I am going to peel this off because I am starting to get a little warm. Also, preacher curls aren't super fun to watch if you can't see the bicep working. So skull crushers. Skull crushers are, they work very, very well. I like skull crushers. I like barbell skull crushers. The problem with skull crushers is for me to get heavy enough for skull crushers, I generally want a handoff. So for barbell, because I usually start out around like 135 on the barbell. So I like handoffs because moving that around, like lodging it behind your head, is a little tricky. So especially when you're laying down, especially if you're flat and not at an incline. So it's going to be different for everybody, but I'll talk about split recommendations in a second. I definitely can make a long form video about my routine. So if you watch the streams, by the way, guys, that is my routine. What you're seeing in this stream, I'm doing my routine. I'm not holding anything back from you guys. This is what I do. Mondays, what you see I do on Monday, that is my Monday routine. Tuesday routine. It's a 6-day upper body workout. And then I mix in deadlifts and squats throughout the week. But I will make a long form video just explaining all of it. I'm more than happy to do that. All right, let's grab another set of 7 here. We've got 165 on the block. Whew, those sound heavier than they usually do. Whew. I think I gripped a little wide. All right, so powerlifting recommendations. It's going to be heavier weights. Most people, to start gaining traction in that direction, if you're not already doing things that are similar, a lot of people like to bench twice or 3 times a week, splitting it up. So like a push day, a heavy leg day, and and then another push day, right? So a heavy push day at the beginning of the week, a heavy leg day, then a lighter push day, but still sticking to those no more than 7 reps, but only going to like 60, 70% is what I would do at that point. And then like a deadlifting day, right? Once a week, short sets, then going back into push for the 3rd day. If I was gonna do any split other than what I'm doing now, that would be the split. It'd be a 3-day-a-week bench with 2 days of rest at the end of the week. So that would be for beginner powerlifters, someone that's just getting into it. You'll get enough rest with each body part, each muscle group, to feel like you're gonna get the most out of each workout that way. And you're also gonna have a good 2-day rest until your muscles are more developed towards that powerlifting type lifting. So I do my streams generally, I try and start them as early as 11, but generally between 11 and 12 my streams will start. It was 10:30 was my plan, and that's still the goal, 10:30, but generally 11 to 12 I start the stream, and we stream for about an hour and a half, and that's 7 days a week. I stream 7 days a week. So on Sundays I rest, but I either do like an oddball stream, like I do like food, or I do, I did last week I did or this Sunday past, I did 1,000 push-ups on Sunday. So you guys can see that stream actually if you want. It was 1,000 push-ups in 2 hours. So you may need to increase the intensity a little bit with a little bit heavier weight potentially. Generally with powerlifting, if you're not feeling what you need to feel, increase your intensity with weight. You could add a rep to the sets, a single rep maybe. Or another option is add an additional drop set at the end. Generally though, with powerlifting routines, there are gonna be weeks where you don't go quite as heavy, and if you're just starting, it's possible that it's gonna taper, or it's gonna bring you to a higher intensity later on in the program, right? So most programs, because coaches don't know where you're at, you have to kind of work your way into a heavier program, so it kind of works its way up. So you may just not be at that point where the intensity is super high. So I would take a look at maybe like the next couple weeks of programming and see if you see a difference in intensity in any way, and then make the decision based on that. So I can max the leg extension here. I don't know what my rep max is, but I know I can do at least 7 reps at whatever the block has on it here. So we've done that on stream a couple times. All right, let me grab this. We're gonna go 195. So this is probably gonna be a little heavy, but we're gonna get it. Yeah. Ooh, felt good. Felt good. Heavy single. Let's do a drop for a triple. I'm gonna go 180 for a triple. I've developed my triceps and my arms well enough that they support my elbows, my forearms, of course, pretty well. And I don't ever go to full lockout on most movements unless I'm in competition. So like when I'm benching, I'll go to almost full lockout, but I'm not locking my elbow back, right? But in competition, obviously, you have to have full elbow lockout. So that's the exception to that rule. But I'll go to almost full lockout. The reason for that is most people's joint pain comes from constantly locking their elbow out for movements, because that's what a lot of people are taught, that like you got to lock it all the way out to get the full. The difference between an arm like this and an arm like this, the only difference is the amount of elbow pain you're going to have in 10 years, right? So you lock out here, you stop here, you're getting the same amount of work done, except in 10 years, my elbow won't hurt. Then the guy that's doing this, in 10 years, his elbow is going to feel like crap. So you don't want to constantly lock your elbows out, especially for repetitious movement. Like push-ups, locking your elbows on push-ups is a crazy idea, right? Because you're doing so many of them and you're just constantly locking back the elbow, right? It's cartilage. You're not doing yourself any favors. So I take pre-workout. Right now I'm taking C4 just because I ran out of my other stuff and I haven't been into town to grab my normal jar. So I supplement that with some C4s. But pre-workout is a constant, and I take creatine. take creatine as well. I'll probably go and get my new jar of pre-workout here soon, probably tomorrow or the next day. So, but I've got to drive like 20 minutes to get to it. So 15 minutes to get to it. So, and I don't like driving. I'm not a big fan of driving. I don't mind driving. I'm not a huge fan. I like the small town I'm in. I don't like to leave it very often. So, all right, let's grab another set here, or another set. We're gonna grab a double or a triple. We'll see how it feels. Whew. There was definitely a triple there, but I fought that third one. Ha! The arms are feeling pretty good though. That was 180 for 3. Whew. Creatine's an amazing supplement. Now, there are certain people that shouldn't take creatine, but you'd have to talk to your doctor and get some blood work done to know that. But the creatine does exactly what it says it does, and it's not gonna, you're not gonna have any ill side effects unless you have other issues. So I've been taking creatine consistently for 4 years, 3.5, 4 years. Creatine works. It does what it says it does. So, and we get creatine naturally from our food. We can just supplement more creatine than we get naturally. You know, we get creatine from beef, chicken. We get creatine from all kinds of different meats and food groups. It's just supplementing it is all we're doing. It's like supplementing protein. I do very low reps. Yeah, so for powerlifting, anything power, all my stuff is based on strength. So I'm looking for low reps, high weight, multiple sets. So, but that's also, it's also partially why you'll see me doing things like 6 day a week and things along those lines. So, all right, so vitamins. This is a mixed bag, all right? So vitamins, let me give some clarity here on vitamins, because everybody's interested in a multivitamin, right? Because it just makes sense. Why not take a multivitamin? They're cheap, and they give you all of those great nutrients that you might not be getting, right? Now, vitamins are not, there's two things here. Vitamins are not all created equal, and not everybody needs to take a multivitamin. Those are the two things that everybody needs to realize right away, because multivitamins, I recommend going higher quality multivitamin. I don't care what brand, but as long as you know it's actually formulated the way it says on the jar. Because a lot of the time they can be under or over formulated. They can have more or less of what they're stating on the jar. And it's a supplement. And the supplement industry, at least in the US, is not regulated like food, right? So the FDA doesn't actually regulate the same way supplements that they do food and drugs, right? So I can put a jar on the shelf and say it'll burn your body fat, right? And it could be a jar of sand, right? And until someone calls me out and sues me or sends a report in on me, I probably won't get caught, right? So you have to buy high quality supplements to ensure you're getting a return on your money and you're not putting things in your body that you're not aware of. That's a big thing. So looking for third-party testing. The other thing is not everybody needs a multivitamin. If you're dieting and you're cutting weight, I almost always recommend a multivitamin. Why? Because we're reducing the amount of food we're taking in. We need to make sure we're not missing on any of those vitamins we already might not be high on. So if we're not getting enough vitamin A because we're dieting, we might need more vitamin A or we might need more vitamin D, you know? But usually that's when we're dieting, we're cutting weight, right? Now, if we're not cutting weight, it may not be as necessary. And looking for vitamins that fit your dietary preferences as well. So if you know you're getting a ton of vitamin D, you might not need something with a lot of vitamin D. You have to do your research on a multivitamin. That's what I'm trying to say. So. Proprietary blends, that's, I like whey. We'll talk about whey in a second. Let me grab some dumbbells. We're gonna grab 55s and get warmed up. So, whey protein. What about whey protein? I like isolate personally because it's leaner, but whey protein is going to be a good supplement. Whey protein sits right next to creatine for me on supplement hierarchy, right? Pre-workout, creatine, and whey protein. I like isolates because they're leaner. You don't have as many calories for the protein number. I like lean foods, so that's my recommendation. But I recommend whey protein over any other protein source as far as powdered protein. So, What else? You can do plant-based if you want, but it's not as effective as a whey protein as far as the amino acid breakdown. So, all right, let me get this. But if you do plant-based, that's on you. It's still going to get growth. You're just not going to get it as fast. You have a good one, Speedy. Whey protein is a top tier. It's a grade A. It's a grade A supplement. Once again, though, you get what you pay for with supplements. Find a brand you can trust. All right, because brands, it's a supplement. They're not regulated the same way. There have been brands out there, and I won't name any specific brands because I don't know the exact numbers, and I don't want to say numbers that are incorrect. But there's a very popular brand out there that makes a ready-to-drink protein that almost everybody knows the name of, and it's like used to be the name in protein, right? I'll let y'all take guesses, but I'm not going to acknowledge which one it is. That under-formulated their protein, right? So they were claiming, I think it was 25 grams on the like I said, I'm not acknowledging anything. 25 grams on the carton, and it was really giving like 8 grams of protein. So you have to pick a brand you trust, and you have to do your research. Third-party testing means a lot. All right, I'm gonna grab the 70s next. Because I lift heavier weights than you. That's why. All right. So I like Optimum Nutrition. It's a solid brand. I've never had any problem out of their supplements. I won't say everything they make is great because I haven't taken everything they make. But if I had to take their supplements, I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't be upset about it. I don't tend towards their supplements. But I wouldn't be mad if that was what I had the option of taking. So they tend to be more above board from what I've seen. So I avoid proprietary blends as much as possible as well. All right, let me grab this for 7 real quick. So these are 70s, and then we're going to increase the weight some more. Just a set of 7 overhead. Yep. IJF got real quiet. In one set, or just like until I can't do them anymore? Because Sunday we did 1,000. We did 1,000 push-ups on Sunday. It was over 2 hours. How do I deal with arm imbalance? So I don't have much imbalance on these at the moment. I have in the past. Honestly, working barbell might be a better option if you have a serious imbalance, or working a shoulder press machine that has individual shoulder weights, so you can build up the side that's imbalanced and get it comfortable. Because with dumbbells, having an imbalance like this, if you're leaning, that's only going to exacerbate the amount of pressure you're putting on one side, and can even cause at the top for your arms to move in directions you don't want. It's a very dangerous movement if you have a serious imbalance. If it's a light imbalance, eventually it should work itself out. Maybe stay a little lighter until that imbalance gets better. But you could also maybe go with like an elbow sleeve if you notice like you're not able to lock out strength-wise. It might give you a little bit more tension to hold at the top or something along those lines. There's a few routes you can go. Yeah, barbell might be the option for you until that imbalance works itself out. So it'll work itself out. It's just time. 6-day a week upper body, 6-day a week upper body. I deadlift 3 times a week and I squat twice a week. Push and pull 6 days a week though. And 1,000 push-ups on a Sunday. No, we're not. Only once. We only did that once. Best bicep workout with a dumbbell. I tend towards standing curls or standing hammer curls. But you can do like isolation curls. So against the inside of the leg, curling up if you're just trying to target the bicep, and have it against the inside of the quad. Go just till you're full, just before full extension here. You don't want to go completely down, right? You don't want to hyperextend that tendon with all that weight just hanging on there, right? That's how we end up with bicep tears a lot of the time. So stopping about here, small bend, curling back up. That will isolate it, but you're pressing against the inside of your quad. You can also do it against a bench, kind of like preacher curl style, nice and low. That'd be a good way to isolate as well. Cable, I like standing cables. I'll always do standing cables when giving cables as an option with a cable bar. So we do those on stream kind of often. So we're gonna grab this next set though. We're gonna grab, let's grab 85s and we'll go for 3. About an hour and a half to 2 hours is my workout typically. But I answer a lot of questions too. So an hour and a half would be kind of universal if I wasn't streaming probably, but with the stream about an hour and a half to 2 hours. And I like the stream, it keeps me moving, so. All right, I'm gonna grab a hold of these 85s. Yep. I'll talk to you about that strained wrist. I didn't get to read the whole comment. I got 85 sitting in my hand. I'll talk to you about that in a second. Give me just a moment. Yep. So we're going to grab these for 3 reps. They're 85 pounds a piece. And then we'll do rows. Rows are next. All right, we did cables yesterday, so we'll probably do dumbbell today. All right, let's go. Should I work through it or rest it? So depends on what kind of strain. I would lighten up the weight at least, and if you still notice it pretty bad, even with the lighter weight, then maybe rest it for a couple of days. Whew. 475 is my recorded PR in the deadlift at the moment. Nah, I just like to kick them up. You talking about the drop down? That's fine. It's fine. I'm pretty good at dropping those weights. Pretty good at dropping the weights and making a lot of noise. If you mean the drop. If you mean the curl up, it's not heavy enough that it bothers me to kick them up onto my shoulder standing, and it feels better than kicking them up from a seated position. Yeah, I mean, I could kick them up from the seat. It just feels better to get them on the shoulder from a standing position. No reason not to. Why wouldn't I stand up and pop them onto my shoulders? I can do them standing as well, so. I've got to add another 10 pounds to it, it sounds like. I manage this gym. Nice and empty. I appreciate you being here, Wolf. Whew. Yeah, it's just preference. I mean, whether you kick them up while you're seated or while you're standing really is a matter of preference. It's awesome to have an empty gym. I'm in South Carolina. Whew. All right, I don't know why I moved this because we're actually not going far. All right, set my tripod back up. All right, right here. We're gonna do some dumbbell rows. Make them easy tonight, you know. This is the perks. So I generally don't like working out this late. I tend to want to work out around like 3 or 4 in the afternoon, but because of the stream, we have started working out late, and I actually don't mind it. It is a perk to working out late that you got an empty gym. So, all right, we're gonna go ahead and kick off with this one. So, I work out about 1.5 to 2 hours a day, but I'm constantly lifting weights because I'm a full-time fitness coach. So as far as recovery time, it's until you feel recovered. There's not a way I can tell you the best recovery time for you without training with you. Because I'd have to know how long you feel sore, what areas you're feeling most sore in, and what movements are causing you to be sore before I can tell you an appropriate recovery time. So I'd just be shooting in the dark. I take about 24 hours between workouts. All right, let's grab 7. Feel good. Swap legs, swap arms. That's 85, nice warm up. Whew. Light cardio is fine during recovery, yes. Typically. All right, we're gonna grab a hold of the 90s and then we're gonna go hundreds. So, whew. Don't forget to like the stream, and if you're a fan, subscribe. Haters are welcome to subscribe as well. You're all welcome. And if you really want to support the stream financially, you can do it in the Buy Me a Coffee pinned comment. Everybody that does contribute in the Buy Me a Coffee link at the bottom, it doesn't buy coffee, by the way. It's just a way to contribute to the channel. I do a personal. Oh, we're back. We lost stream for a minute there, guys. I had to cut off the Wi-Fi and switch over. Something happened to the Wi-Fi. So something happened to the Wi-Fi. But we're back. Yeah, warming up with 85s. That was what we were up to right before. We're back. The Wi-Fi, I think, went out, so I switched over to my data. So we should be good from here out. Sucks though. We dropped pretty hard on the member or the watch number up here. It'll go back up. There we go. We're back up. All right. I think everybody's back. The Wi-Fi cut out. I already said that a couple times, but can I show what on the bench? Yeah, I don't know why the Wi-Fi just cut out all of a sudden here, but it should come back on soon. But we're on data now, so we should be good. So I've got good data. What do you want me to show on the bench? I'm not truly a ginger, guys. I have to tell you, I do have brown hair. It's just the Scottish beard, guys. It's just the Scottish beard. So I don't deal with quite as much ginger hate as most people do. But I do have the little bit of ginger in my beard. How's it going, BB? Welcome back. If you go to Sunday stream P38, we did 1,000. So we did 1,000 push-ups in 2 hours on Sunday if you want to go back to that stream. So I do like my red beard. I own my red beard, all right? So I have a lot of ginger family. So a lot of my direct family is ginger. They're ginger hair. So it definitely runs in the genes. All right. Let's grab a hold of this 90, and then we'll grab the 100. So, yep. Whew. Let me grab the other side here in a second. That's rough to have a year rest and not have it heal up. Sometimes we need to work the area a little differently to help it heal as well. Yeah, you need rehab exercises potentially. They're standard weights. We don't do anything fake here. These are the gym's weights. This is an actual gym. This is not my house. None of this is fake. I'll tell you, it'd be a very expensive venture to buy an entire rack of fake dumbbells and fake plates. So I'm not investing in that much money in being fake. Also, it'd be hard to fake it. I've never seen anybody ask if they're Olympic standard dumbbells, but I was answering his question the best way I could. Look, you know what? If anybody's got Olympic dumbbells, it's gonna be me, all right? I'm gonna work on it. I'm gonna make some Olympic dumbbells. All right, let me grab this other side, and then we'll get back to that. Yeah. So with a bench, yeah, I mean, I can do that, but let me finish my sets and then I'll show you. Let me finish my sets. It's pretty much the same gig, except you're just using a bench as a supporting system rather than your leg. So, but I'll show it. All right, let's grab this next one. I do calisthenics pretty often on the stream, but I'm not a giant calisthenics like performer. Calisthenics aren't my goal, but I do them on the stream very often. We'll do pull-ups and push-ups on the stream almost every night. So, and dips. So it could be the position you're putting your back in. So if you're getting back pain doing these, you might be arching too high down here and pulling with a high arch or a mid arch, right? What you want to do is try and bring one foot back to stabilize, drop this knee low and wrong side. Drop this knee low, one leg back, shoulders up, right? And pull dumbbell. And if you can't maintain that back position, you may need to drop the weight if you're getting back pain. But pulling those shoulders up will keep you in a better position. So, I'm pretty good at calisthenics. It doesn't mean I like calisthenics, but I am pretty good at them. I will take that compliment. So, all right, I'm gonna grab this dumbbell real quick. So remember, one leg back, position this leg forward like this, small bend in the knee, shoulders up, pull the chest. That's gonna keep you from putting a lot of pressure on your back. You're gonna keep it more in this leg. 2 more, 6, 7. Yeah, I don't do as many shorts anymore, so I will go back to posting shorts here and there very soon. But the problem with shorts is they don't count towards monetization watch time. So shorts, you have to be like super famous to make that work. I don't happen to be super famous. So in order to get this channel where I can do it more often, I've got to get monetized. And unfortunately, YouTube doesn't let me do that with shorts watch time. Maybe they'll change that in the future. I understand the concept behind it, but so lives are what's going to help us get there. And I like doing the lives a lot more than I like the shorts, I'm going to be honest. So I enjoy conversating. So, all right, let's grab the next one. I'm not a big TikTok fan. Not into those kind of videos, but I've done some TikToks. I have a TikTok. I've got an Instagram. I've got a Reels account, or Reels, Facebook Reels. I've got a Threads account. I like YouTube. I've been around YouTube, for a long time. TikTok does have a lot of numbers. All right, let me grab this last set of rows real quick. Yep. Hundreds felt pretty good. I just like YouTube. I've always been on YouTube, like personally watching videos. So I just like the aesthetic of YouTube, I guess. I don't know. We've got triceps next, guys. We're gonna do ropes. I don't recommend creatine to anybody under 18, just because that's what, that's really, honestly, if you're not 18, you're taking creatine, you probably haven't seen enough growth yet, unless you're doing really high level powerlifting. So, to need creatine, because I do recommend seeing that natural growth first, and then you can actually give an idea of what the difference is as well, so you know why you're taking it, and that'll make you want to be more consistent with it. But 18 is the youngest I would recommend that personally, but I also, you got to take into account your personal health as well. So I tend not to push supplements on this channel. I don't want to be a supplement sales guy. At some point, maybe I'll get a sponsorship to do one of those. I did at one point have a sponsorship for supplements, but I don't like to push it. It's not what I'm here for. I'm here to work out and enjoy the community. So. But to answer your question, 18, I went on a whole tangent. I'm sorry. I get talking and I just keep going. But yeah, 18 is the youngest I'd recommend. But creatine works. It is a good supplement. It works. Just make sure your health is in line with taking creatine. There are certain people that shouldn't take it. So there are certain people that shouldn't take creatine. Like any supplement, it's all about your physical health. Is it going to allow you to take it safely? Like pre-workout, if you're caffeine sensitive, you probably shouldn't take pre-workout, among other things. So, all right, let's grab, or if you're super caffeine sensitive, mind you, a little bit, like if you react to it really well, that's different. But like caffeine sensitive, like you get too hyper, or you have heart palpitations, we don't want that, you know? So, all right, set of 7, 230 on the block, tricep, rope extension. Nice and light. Nice and light. We're going to increase it. We're going to do some dumbbell extensions another day this week. Maybe some skull crushers. But it turns out the internet went out for the entire city, it sounds like. So I just got a message saying someone else's internet was out, so someone probably crashed into something they shouldn't have or hit a line they shouldn't have. We're going to do full stack in a second. I like to lean over the rope a little bit. So I like to get about here on the rope, and usually I have my head to one side. I sometimes will come behind it like this if I want to make sure I'm getting the same amount of activation on both sides, but it's not that much, as long as you're keeping your head like directly on it. Now here's the thing. If you're leaning over this rope, I have seen people have injuries doing this. This is not recommended generally, right? Because let's say this breaks and I eat it, right? Or I go forward. Now I'm in a bad position. So I can't recommend it to you, but that's how I like to do these. I lean over the rope, look down towards the ground, and I press straight down through the ground, right? Just like that. Now, if you're doing it this way, make sure sometimes you're doing it on the other side, because you want to make sure both triceps are getting the same amount of work. But leaning over it ever so slightly. Like I said, that is an at your own risk item. Most people like to lean over the ropes a little bit, but you are at your own risk on that. Dumbbell kickbacks are tough. They hurt. We're going to go full stack now. So, full stack now. But for the stream, usually I'll be looking off to the right, so I'll be leaning over the rope this way. And it does make a difference. I need to make sure I go over this way every now and again. Make sure, because you lean a little bit further on one arm that way. So. Whew, all right, let's grab this. Another way to do it, some people like to do a full stand and go straight down and separate the hands at the bottom. That's also a good way to do it. So. I tend not to do a full lockout on anything, but this is one of those exercises you can kind of get away with it. When you go straight down and you separate the hands, you tend to fully lock out at the full range there. This isn't going to be as detrimental on your elbows because it's pulling in and not pushing out against the elbow joint. So this is one where you can get away with the full lockout. So I tend not to though, because I'm usually over the top of the ropes, so they come to about here. That would be full lockout. That's about where I stop. So, but that's because we're not putting a lot of pressure on the elbow there, right? It's pulling in away from pressure of that elbow. So you have a bit of an advantage on that, right? So, all right, let's grab a hold of this instead of 7. So you see my elbows aren't completely locked. I have that little bit of flexion still. And it's about finding that comfortable spot, right? Chest, always going to be chest. Chest and triceps are going to be my favorite. Shoulders, close second or third, you know. So I do favor chest. We've got some rear flies, guys, and then least favorite, squats. You know what? My least favorite muscle to work out. Oh, that's a tough one. I like cable flies for chest. They're really good. Now, the thing about cable flies for chest, people tend to overextend. They think that you need to have your arms all the way back here. You only really need to be going to 90 or just beyond 90. You don't need to be all the way behind your back with a chest fly. There's not a huge advantage to that. I love training biceps. Least favorite, I would say my least favorite muscle to train, probably calves, just because they're just not aesthetically fun to train, but I do train them. So the stretch isn't significant compared to the risk and the soreness that you're going to incur from the additional stretch. So I used to do a ton of weighted dips. I used to do weighted dips almost every other or every day. But I peeled them out of my routine over the last year and a half. So, but we've done a stream recently. I'm still good up to about 4 to 5 plates on the weighted dips for a single or a double. So, well, not only wrist injury, but also the shoulder tear and chest pectoral tear risk increases with that as well. So, all right, I'm gonna grab a hold. Do 55s, warm up for the rear fly, and then we'll yeah, so that's why I said I like to go to 90 on the flies and bring them in, because the difference between the gain from here and here is not significant muscle gain wise and strength gain wise, but the risk of injury is significant in these two positions, right? And here's the thing, that little bit of gain you're getting when you end up injuring, if you end up injuring, hopefully no one ever does, you're going to lose more than you gained from that extra little bit of stretch. And your recovery time is going to be longer generally without injury anyways, because you are overstretching that position over and over again. So, all right, let's grab a hold of this. That being said, that doesn't mean there's never a good time to do that position at a full stretch, right? Sometimes we can justify it for training very specific portions of our muscle, or, well, that's good for him, Ollie. That would be surprising, but it's possible. It's possible for sure. It's a mindfulness about it. You gotta weigh your risks and rewards. That's always what it comes to. You know, same thing with any movement you do. So, Yeah. 55 is done. Yeah, I wouldn't, it's such a small difference between this position and this position as far as gain. So, yes, rear delt, rear delt. Nice high rear fly, small bend in the arm. So my arm's in about this position for this movement. And bring it back, try and keep as much extension and pinch at the top, kind of like a shrug at the top. So, works top of shoulder, rear shoulder, even a little bit in your forearm with the grip. So it's a good movement. It's a good compound movement. All right, we're gonna grab 75s next. All right. Good foods for muscle growth are going to be during a bulk. We want a good mixture of healthy carbs and protein. I tend to use whole grain breads, fruit right before my workout, bananas, pears, peaches, something like some fruit before my workout. And I tend to have protein at least every 2 hours throughout the day if possible. If not, every 3 hours. And I never go more than an hour after my workout without some kind of carb and protein in my system. 20 to 30 pounds, it depends on how much you're eating. I've seen people put on 20 pounds in a month. I've seen people put 20 pounds on in 3 months. It just depends on how intense you want that bulk to be and how lean you want to be at the end of that bulk. So, 350 is my bench at the moment. $350 is my bench PR at the moment. But I tend towards, so for my protein during my bulks, I tend towards whole milk and other dairy products to fill the majority of those calories. And then I use lean meats, whole grain breads, a lot of bananas, a lot of potatoes. Those are my go-to foods. So a lot of calories, very dense, but healthy carbs. And a ton of lean protein. Now, to keep it inexpensive, I drink a lot of whole milk and I eat a lot of Greek yogurt. I do love rear delt work. They're just a fun muscle to train. And that little shrug at the top, so you'll see my shoulder goes up a little bit at the top. That's to help train that upper shoulder. So I kind of add like almost a dumbbell shoulder shrug into the top of my rear delt work. Feels good. So you do shrugs, you kind of get in the shoulder shrug. So at the top, I shrug that shoulder up during the movement. Well, good news is that no one wants your opinion second coming. It doesn't sound like. So they didn't ask. Whew. I recommend milk and carbs. Anybody that says they don't recommend carbs is incorrect. Carbs are important. You want to build good muscle efficiently, you need carbs. Meat is great. Carnivore can work, but it works slower. So I don't recommend carnivore either. It's an energy source. So awesome. I'll be back tomorrow night. I'll see you then. Appreciate you being here, Eagle. Is that who that is? I thought it was. I know I recognize his name. He got that 400-pound overhead with no carbs. Imagine that. Keto works initially. So keto is very good if you want to cut weight quickly, right? and you want to cut out a lot of sugar and break that sugar habit, but it doesn't work long term. You need carbs. I don't recommend keto for that reason, because it is not a long-term solution. It can be a short-term solution to peel a couple of pounds off, potentially, but it's never going to be a long-term solution for 99% of people, right? Carbohydrates are important. You can't ignore carbohydrates altogether. You could reduce them, but they're important. So the foods, okay, so real quick before I start these hundreds, right? Food is fuel, right? Everybody understands that concept. You have different types of fuel, right? So you have fats, carbohydrates, proteins, right? Some burn faster than others, but the two we're gonna focus in on right now are carbohydrates and proteins, right? So we do need fats. We need healthy fats, butters, meat fat, all that good stuff, right? But we've got carbohydrates are like your fast burning fuel. So imagine carbohydrates are your gasoline or your lighter fluid, right? If you were to take a flame to lighter fluid, it burns really fast, right? Okay. Now that energy is created. That fire creates energy, right? That is energy being created. Works the same way with your carbohydrates. Problem is when that fire burns out, all that energy goes into the atmosphere, into the air, right? Now, when our body does that, it stores that excess energy that we didn't use as body fat, right? So we want to use that energy as fast as we get it, if we can, or at least close, unless we want more body fat. So protein is like gasoline, all right? Or like wood. It's like wood. It'll burn. It just burns a lot slower. We're getting a slow burn on that wood fuel, right? Lighter fluid, real fast burning carb. Protein is like a log. It burns over the course of time. Eventually it'll burn up and add that energy, right? But we have more time to use it, and it feeds differently. Does that make sense? So, all right, I'm gonna grab these hundreds. Right here, yeah. How else would you want me to stand? I'm using my leverages and advantages here. Pretty strong hips, I'm gonna be honest. And that's how I know you don't have a lick of what you're talking, know anything about what you're talking about, second coming. Well, you knew that the other night. He doesn't, he's trolling, Sham. So, he's trolling. He was here the other night trolling too. He claims a 400-pound overhead barbell press at like 17 or something like that. I can't remember what he said he was when he got it. And like 170-pound body weight. 400-pound overhead press. Whew. All right. I think he said he'd been training for like a year. He showed his true colors the other night. He messed up. So, all right, let's grab this. We're going to grab this dumbbell. Get another set of 7 on the other side. And then we'll figure out maybe some calisthenics for the night. Who knows? All right. Yep. Yep. Yeah, that felt a little heavier than normal. We're a little spent. Yeah, it's not great protein. I mean, there's protein content, but the quality of that protein's garbage. So, we all know he's a troll. Whew. The only thing that's cap is the fact that Second Coming's ever been in a gym. So, You're trying to lean on Schlutzy a little bit. I don't think Schlutzy was trying to be a troll. I think he was making an observation, even if it wasn't necessarily correct. You, on the other hand, are a troll. I do like shrugs. I don't do them super often, but they do work. I have no problem with shrugs. No problem with shrugs. They're good. They do work. I don't think they're the most efficient way to do it, but they do work. That's good. I'm glad to hear it. Appreciate the sub. Like I said, you're welcome here. You're welcome here. I do like the seated shrug machines, but I tend to stand. But you can get a little heavier without putting a ton of pressure on your low back for the shrugs. If you're doing shrugs, you're kind of leaning ever so slightly if you're doing them properly, like a slight upper torso lean, just ever so slight, and that can put a little pressure on your back. It's not a significant amount, but it can. So seated does help. All right, this is the part of the stream where we do pull-ups. We're gonna do pull-ups tonight. I'm not doing any push-ups tonight. I'm still recovering from the 1,000 push-ups on Sunday. So, hey, welcome back. If you get the chance, check out Sunday's stream, AMK. We did 1,000 push-ups on Sunday. I have it posted publicly. That was a fun one. 1,000 push-ups in 2 hours. It was the 1,000 subscriber special, so. All right, I'm gonna go, I'm gonna leave the lighting the way it is. I could cut the other light on. We'll see how, let me see. Do I like the lighting or do I not like the lighting? I might cut the other light on, guys. I'll be right back. Much better, much better. We can see now. All right, we're gonna do just a few pull-ups. We're gonna do sets of 7. We'll do like 3 sets. We'll change them up, but I'm not gonna do a ton of calisthenics tonight, guys. I'm gonna be honest. So, yeah, this is much better for the pull-up here because this area is usually darker because the light's cut off here at this point, and those ones over there, every row is off at that point. So this side's nice and bright. This side isn't. We don't usually use that side outside of this. So, all right. I am going to take the shirt off for this. I always take my shirt off for the pull-ups so you can see the back activation. Otherwise, pull-ups just kind of look like pull-ups. So I'll be right back. Fair warning, though. All right, so we've got pull-ups next. We're gonna do sets of 7, and then we'll do some interesting pull-ups at some point too. So we'll do some interesting pull-ups. I don't know my pull-up max, like the max amount. I've never gone for that. I know I've done like 30 plus in a set for a competition one time, 40 maybe. I wouldn't want to like reveal my viewers' geography, but I do get a lot of viewers. My top 3 locations are the US, obviously, the UK, and then Russia. Russia is usually number 3. And then closely followed up by mostly like India. I get some South Korean viewers, but those are gonna be my top countries typically. At one point, I think there was another one that I think at one point I had Finland as a pretty big viewership. So we're not doing max right now. We're not doing max pull-ups right now. Just 7. But US UK, and then Russia are my top 3 viewerships. So, all right, let's get it. Feel good. Feel good. A lot of training to get back abs. All right, a lot of training to get back abs. Appreciate it, AMK. I take a lot of pride in building that strong back, so it's important. It stabilizes everything. So. I still compete. I compete. I'll be competing between 5 and 7 times this year, probably somewhere in that ballpark. All right, let's grab another set. We'll do some typewriters on this one. So we're gonna go up and move left and right. Pull-ups are a great back builder. Rows, dumbbell, cable rows, rear flies. There's a couple of other movements that you can do, like it's a good one. I do like rope pulls. So a good one to build back if you have access to a sled. Now this is a great back builder. Amazing actually, back and bicep. If you have access to one of those sleds, like the sports sleds you can stack weight on, tying like a rope off to that, like a pulling rope, and actually dragging the rope in towards the body, switching stances left and right, is a great way to build your back. It's amazing. It'll wear you out. Not everybody has access to a sled though. I don't typically run before my workouts. I don't do a lot of cardio personally. To progress to full pull-ups, if you have access to an assisted machine, that could help a lot, or using a band assist, or using a jumping pull-up to where you get onto the bar and you give yourself a little boost to get over the bar. So kind of like get here and then a small jump, use that momentum to pull you over the bar, right? Momentum pull-ups until you can get a full pull-up, or work partials, right? So get high up on the bar, get tension, and slowly lower yourself, or do just halves. So just work this portion, right? And then work half, work 3/4 to develop the muscles you need to get a full pull-up. So, all right, I'm gonna grab some typewriters real quick. Whew. Felt good. Nice controlled typewriters. I do sled pulls. I don't do them super often anymore, but I used to do them like once a week. I've got some shorts on sled pulls on the channel if you guys want to see how to do them. They're heavy, but they still show pretty well what to do. So I think I've done sled pulls up to like 5 plates, something like that. Whew. All right, we'll get one more set in, and then we'll talk about maybe some dips if I feel good. But hey, how's it going? We're gonna grab these pull-ups, one more set. Felt good. All right, we got some dips coming up now, guys. Some dips. How's it going, Tay? Whew. Appreciate you being here. Whew. Some dips. We're finishing out the stream, guys, with some dips. We're just gonna get a quick couple sets. Maybe we'll do some archer dips. Have you guys ever seen a, oh, you know what? We're going to do air time. Let's get air time on the dips, guys. Some of you were here when I did air time the last time. We're going to get air time on these dips. Have you guys ever seen air time dips before? Whew. All right, let's get it. Yeah. Woo-wee. It's all good. Ah. That's what I'm trying to do. I do. I'm actually drinking whole milk right now. I eat before and during and after. Yeah, we're streaming right now. 2 in the morning. Got to get it in. Whew. Tie my shoe real quick, guys. Give me a second. Ah. One more set of air time dips. One more set of air time dips. All right. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend these. These are not recommended for anybody, regardless of training level. This is something I'm doing that probably I shouldn't. All right. You may be asking, Coach Chris, what does getting airtime on your dips help you develop? For nothing really. They help me develop an ego. That's about it. Not that I need any help developing that. No, they're not super useful. They're cool on stream. I don't recommend them, but they're purely aesthetic purpose. Maybe a little bit of explosive strength, but not enough to be recommended for anybody. I like to mention that. Whew. All right, one more set of these. I'm just gonna do a standard set. We'll get some nice, good low dips in. And that's the night. That's the night, guys. It has been about an hour and a half. About an hour and a half, guys. It is late. I am going to get some rest. And then tomorrow we'll be back on about 11 o'clock doing some more lifting. So, whew. Calisthenics do look cool. They're definitely an aesthetic choice, for sure. I think lifting weights looks cool personally, but I am biased, I will admit that. So, whew. I'm glad I was able to teach you some stuff. I'm always glad when I can give some people good information while I'm streaming. It's what I like to do. It's what I enjoy. So if I can help someone learn even a little bit of something new, I feel good. I know you would. I know you would, Second Coming. I've gathered that. But I appreciate all of you for being here. As always, we will be streaming again tomorrow. And then tomorrow, expect deadlifts. We're going to do deadlifts tomorrow too. So diamond push-ups are great. We might do some push-ups tomorrow too, but we did 1,000 push-ups on Sunday, so I haven't done push-ups today. All right. You guys enjoy the rest of your night, and I appreciate you all for being here. Thanks.